Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the DeTalented podcast. Man, can't talk already today, but we're super excited to be back, man. Super excited that you're joining us. Real quick, before we go any further, do not forget, click subscribe, click the notification bell, like the video, comment on the video, man. What will just take you a second will mean a great deal to us. And now that we got that out of the way, as always, I am with my partner in crime, Mr. Washed Up Local himself, Mr. Jimmy DeTalent. Jimmy, say hi.
Hi.
How did I know it was just going to be hi?
I'm just trying to do it verbatim. You want to say what happened?
Yeah, we just shot the first half of the show. No,
it wasn't half.
It wasn't the first half. Yeah. We were shooting maybe 10 minutes at the most.
Pure gold.
And pure gold. And realized that our hard drive had been completely full. But you know what? It's okay.
We're back.
Things happen.
We're back.
Just what we were talking about is man, I said, I don't even know. You know, we're such the kind of off the cuff kind of thing. Yeah. It doesn't feel right to go back talking about what we were talking about.
I know.
But we will, because I think it was good stuff. I was telling you because in the previous attempt to start recording, you had made this little high-pitched little sound.
I don't know if I can.
I don't think you can recreate it.
How you doing, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Good. I'm doing good. I don't even know where that came from. I'm doing good. I don't even talk like that.
That led me.
You're doing it, Red Man.
You really? Oh, my God. You're really doing it, Red Man.
That led me to calling you Dorkfish.
Yeah.
Which led me to saying lately I've been on the Bill Engvall kick, man.
Love him.
For some reason, man, he came up in my feed, and it's been years since I've watched them guys, but now I'm on this kick where I've been watching the blue collar guys, man.
Yeah.
And I love all of them. They're all funny, but dude, Ron White is hilarious. And man, he was on Rogan. I don't know when it was, but dude, it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen, because Rogan talked him into doing smelling salts.
Yeah.
Man, have you ever seen Rogan do smelling salts with people? Smelling salts with
They
people?
do that from time to time.
Dude, it looks, I don't know why they keep doing it. It looks miserable, but they love it. They keep going back for it.
Yeah.
But Ron White was like, no, man, I'm not doing that. I've heard about it. Joe took a big rip, and dude, you can tell that Ron White used to be an addict, because as soon as he seen Joe take that hit and kind of like it, he's like, "Oh,
give me some.
Let me try it," you know. And he took a big one. It was hilarious. And then producer Rick let us know that I guess Ron White was on
Kill Tony
the other day. Yeah. It sounds like he killed it.
And and they were talking about acid in the green room that Ron White was providing.
Oh boy,
of course, dude, sounds right. I think that dude lived a.
Oh, he's been through it.
I think he's wrote it hard, put it up wet.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Like they were questioning some comedian. He was like, "Yeah, I did acid," and he was talking about shitting in his pants. And they're like, "I ain't never done that," and I've done acid with Ron White.
That's like smoking weed with Willie,
right?
Tripping acid with Ron White.
White.
Oh, that's hilarious, dude. And then, man, I don't know if you guys seen or not, but today his guest was Theo, and dude, Theo's always so funny on there. But man, they were talking about probably what we're going to talk about a lot. At least for a little bit, man. And that's that today Congress voted almost unanimously, not quite. A few people voted no, but for the most part, everybody voted yes to release all of the Epstein files.
Unredacted? We talked about that. Do we know?
So I can't say that because I don't know. But I would imagine, like producer Rick pointed out a while ago, that there would be some names that they're not going to release because those people, some
of the victims that were maybe underage.
But a great number of victims has went out
Come
on stage
publicly
with MTG.
Yeah.
And you know, so their faces are out there and everything, man.
Especially the main one that was on the email that they were trying to throw Trump under the bus for.
Yeah, you know, that was what was funny, because she's deceased. You know that?
Yeah.
I think she took her own
spoke
life.
to Congress.
Yeah, she spoke to Congress and said, "Oh, Trump never had anything to do with it." Is what she said. Yep. So they'd already cleared it. And the funniest thing was Schumer. So Schumer the other day was being, I don't know, he was doing a press conference or something, and a reporter said, "Okay, here's the deal, Chucky. Why in the previous 4 years when Biden was the president, did they not release all this information? Why did they not release it when he was there? That would have, if you're saying Trump was in him, if you're saying it's going to destroy
Why not
Trump,
release him?
why didn't he release him? And Schumer's answer was, I don't know what Trump's trying to hide.
It's like the Jedi mind trick.
I know. Well, it's like he just,
You know,
it's like he thought somehow that people would just pass that over.
yeah.
I think
That's crazy. Isn't that wild?
These
Dude,
are not
it-
the files you're looking for.
Exactly. Right.
Dude, it blows me away.
Yeah.
The things they say, man. In fact, here I'll just tell everybody. I told you guys off air, and I'll let everybody know, man. Listen, I love every follower. I love every comment. We do. We want you to comment, and we've even said before, even if it's negative. But today, on one of the shorts that we put out, I honestly got one of the stupidest comments that I've ever seen, because we were talking about the fact that I've got a Tesla, right? Or I don't have a Tesla. My son has a Tesla, but I say I love to drive it. It's a great car.
Right.
They're fun. When we talked about the Teslas in the last episode, and the person literally said, enjoy your swastika, right? And it blows me away, because here's this party that puts a communist as mayor in New York City, this idiot, and then they still, the same party that does that is still calling Elon Musk a Nazi.
How is Elon a Nazi? What is the criteria
Dude,
there? What
here's
is
the
making
thing.
him a Nazi?
Democrats just make up anything they can. I seen a thing. Here's the thing, man. I've never felt this way, but now the Democrats have their only thing they do is hate Trump. That's it. And I don't even care if you hate Trump, you hate Trump. But we still got a country that's the greatest country in the world, and we should all be working together, to make it better. Here's the bottom line. Listen, all of our Democratic fans, we love you, but Trump is your president, and he's going to be your president for the next 3 years because he's already got a year out. What good does it do to he lives rent free in their head, and he trolls them all the time, man. And it's maddening, but it's funny to watch.
Right. Well, getting back to, is it because Elon supported Trump?
Well, it's because he supported Trump, and then remember he did like this. To like saying he loved people, and they're saying it was they're saying he did the Heil Hitler thing,
Okay.
Which is ridiculous, right? I mean, that is the dumbest.
Yeah.
And the fact
There's
that
pictures of AOC just doing it.
Doing
like
the
a couple
same
months
thing.
ago.
here's
Yeah.
what
Right.
and here's what's getting me. I got friends that are smart, that are stupid to fall for this stuff. It makes me mad to see people I actually love be that ignorant. I'm gonna get some hate. But guess what? Come at me, bro.
Come at me, bro.
But we'll see. Here's the thing about the Epstein files, though, that's come. See, after Chuck Schumer made that little statement, and they've been pushing and doing that. I don't know why Trump and I honestly don't. I don't know why Trump was telling them not to release them at first, but he took a 180. He said, you know what? Okay, release them, and he told all the Republicans, vote to release the files. And apparently, it's not nuking the conservatives; it's nuking the Democrats, right? That's who it's going to hurt. Bill Clinton went to that island He was at the island 28 times. And you guys brought up a point on our first attempt at this. What did you guys say? He wouldn't even show up
At the oversight committee, right?
Yeah, him and Hillary refused
They
to do
said,
it.
no, we're not going to be there. And what did you say? Who? Navarro went to prison for not?
Yeah, he said he didn't have to show up to it, and the Democrats put him in prison for not showing up to the oversight committee.
Well, of course they did.
Yeah,
because they will do something, and then if the GOP does the same thing, they'll come out of the woodwork acting like it's the worst thing ever, and we're Nazis, and we're this and we're that, and man, I don't know, I know, man. Politics are so divisive. I hate it.
Oh man.
But at some point, man, when do we? When is it not okay for them to say whatever they want and expect us just to take it?
So,
and then if we say anything, we're hateful and we're haters and we're awful and we're Nazis.
Do you think it will ever relax?
Yeah, I think I don't know. It depends.
Or is this what the temperature of the room is from now on?
I think it depends on how long MAGA lives. They hate MAGA.
we've gone through this before, like the LA riots.
Yep. Yeah.
We have.
During that time of our society, it was basically like it is now. But like all these people that are in Congress right now, they're the people that spit on Vietnam veterans when they were coming home from, they were the Woodstock kids, free love and free everything.
Yeah, that's yeah.
And they were the ones spitting on our soldiers coming back from Vietnam. So
is that?
It's just a different.
That was their mentality, right?
Yeah.
And that's that baby boomer, the free love hippie movement kind of thing is what you're saying?
Yep. That's what it was, man.
And now they run everything, and they're ruining it. They're ruining our society.
Yeah, well, and
they're not the true Democrats.
And that's what's. Oh no, absolutely not.
That's such a different definition as what it used to be, right?
Yeah. Trump is a true Democrat. He was a Democrat his whole life. Woke is not Democrat. They've taken over that. They've stolen that party. And the GOP, the Republicans, have flipped. They are now for the work. They're the ones for the working people. It's so funny how they always bring up the elites, the millionaires, the billionaires, all this. We got like 5. We do got billionaires. Of course, both parties do. But dude, it's the Democrats that have the control mostly over the world's wealth and the ones that do all of that. And even with these Epstein files, we're finding out during that you brought it, we were both talking about it right when the last one died. Was I guess when Trump was president the first time, and they were trying to impeach him. Is that when it was?
It was 2019. They were definitely trying to get him.
So they were trying to get him. And Stacey, what was her name? Stacey Backett or Brackett or something.
That's pretty close.
Yeah, is she
Plaskett?
Stacey Plaskett, a Democrat who represents the U.S. Virgin Islands in Congress as a non-voting delegate, exchanged text with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein during a 2019 congressional hearing. The delegate's office confirmed to CNN. So during the hearing, Congressman Plaskett received text from staff, constituents, and the public at large offering advice, support, and in some cases partisan
vitriol.
I need to learn how to read, including from Epstein. So and didn't he say like, good job, we got him, or something like that?
Yeah.
So you can see that, man. Here's the thing, man, that party's so dirty. And there are good people that fall for this crap because they've some reason hate Trump. And the reason a lot of the people that I've talked to that used to be Trump supporters that hate him now, it's over January 6th, 2020. But now we're finding out that, dude, look at that thing. He was like, we're going to go down. We're going to support.
Are you talking about how the BBC edited that?
Yes. And they're in hot water.
Well, they're going to get sued for $1 billion if they didn't come out and retract that, right?
And even bigger than that, I think even bigger than that is the hit they're taking in that country. Yeah. Like the British people are coming out. It's funny how the foreigners support Trump and the Americans don't.
Yeah.
Like other countries love him. Like, dude, my one of my son's girlfriends lives in Japan. He's got a Japanese girlfriend. And when Trump went over there, dude, she sent videos and like all the people were out in the streets doing the Trump dance and the American flags everywhere, right? Because they realize, man, that there's that power, that strength, that's a good thing for a country, man. It's not a bad. They act like he's being a dictator. No, he's not. You're being a tater-tater is what you're being. A little you're being a tater-tater.
He's actually a pacifist. He doesn't want to kill anybody.
No, he's so anti-war. He's ended 8 wars, working on the 9th. And I even seen a person today, man, that I really respect, man, and they posted this stuff about Republicans redistricting. Dude, the entire maps of the country are gerrymandered by Democrats. It's so unfair and unequal. And I guess there's a congressman in Indiana that's a GOP, and Trump's come out and called him a rhino. He's voting against redistrict because Indiana was going to redistrict to get more seats so that we can have a fair shot.
Right.
Gavin Newsom just did it in California, and all the people voted for it because out there in California they're a bunch of Democrats, right? That's what it is.
You're really going in, aren't you?
Dude, it heats me up, man.
I see that.
It does.
I can see that.
And the way they talk and stuff, I can tell you this. They don't want to come at me like that. Out and the way they come at some of them out on the street and and like how a lot of the GOP members are really mature and they just take it. I'm not doing that.
You're not doing that?
Nope. Nope. Ain't nobody can disrespect me and act stupid in front of me and say things that they say.
Will you have civil discourse?
I will have pugilist discourse. I'm a pugilist.
Show me what a pugilist looks like. That's exactly right.
That's right, man. You know where that comes from, right?
I mean, a 30 style boxer is where it comes from. What are you?
The line, though?
No.
He's a pugilist.
He's a pugilist.
I'm a pugilist.
No, what is that? Where's that
It's
from?
Young Guns, man.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie.
Yeah, that's right.
Remember, he danced around and smoked that big dude real quick. Said, I'm a pugilist.
Oh, it's
the spirit world now.
Yeah.
We're all in the spirit world.
Dude, one of my favorite
You
movies
see the
ever.
side of that chicken?
But, but back to it, we're going to find out, man.
Yeah.
Those files are getting released, and we're going to see. And here's my hope is that it's not my hope. Actually, here's what I know is going to happen. If it favors the GOP and Trump, they'll act like it. They'll just try to drop it, and they'll move on to something else and act like something else is a big deal, right? Like there's no telling what Walmart Obama will do or Temu Obama, whatever you want to call him.
I don't understand how much truth can be put out there, facts, and everybody still just ignores it. Because they're so deranged.
But they do it every day already. You're right, deranged. They're deranged.
Yeah.
They are literally deranged, man. Good people. I'm telling you, there are people I love that are mentally deranged because they hate Trump so bad. And why?
If the Clintons came out with Kool-Aid, people would be drinking it.
Yeah, they certainly would, man.
Be another Jim Jones.
Well,
that's it. And
I would be careful on the Clintons Kool-Aid. I don't want to be unalived.
I know,
that's
right?
what I'm saying.
You
but
will get unalived
that's a
too.
little
That's
scary.
how culty it is.
I'm a little wary of even saying anything about mentioning the Clintons on here.
Well, that's the funny
Right.
thing. Now, I will tell you this. This bothers me a little bit. I don't understand why Bongino and Patel, right, the FBI, the director of the FBI and his deputy, who I like both of them guys a lot, but they insist that they've looked at the evidence and Epstein killed himself, and I do not believe that.
I don't think many people do.
There's too many things. The cameras just happen to stop working during that time,
And the guards just happen to be asleep.
Did you see his?
Right.
Did you see his cellmate?
No.
Oh my gosh, dude, he's a huge, roided up ex-cop who killed 4 people in a bad drug deal and buried them in his backyard.
And he conveniently became his cellmate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conveniently, he was Epstein's cellmate.
Wow.
Why would you? Here's, and just to, point this out, Rogan and Theo talked about this.
Yeah.
But, dude, it wouldn't take much to get somebody like that to do that. You know what I mean? And how funny that, he died by suspending himself from the ceiling or from whatever. And yet, here's a guy in there that could easily just strangle the life out of him, which is how you would hide that, right?
And everybody knew he was a pedophile.
Yeah,
and don't they try to protect them in prison because most people are going to kill pedophiles?
Yes. And he was not only a pedophile, but the most notorious pedophile ever, and it was a huge story.
Was he on suicide watch?
I think he was.
So then, I mean, and how? Okay, so did he hang himself with sheets? Is that what it was?
I think it was sheets. I think it's what it was supposed to be.
So if you were on suicide watch, why would you even have like sheets or anything that you could fashion a noose with?
How funny that just during the time he died, the camera stopped working for 1 hour.
Yeah,
I think it was 1 hour, 20 minutes, or whatever, how long it was.
Yeah,
he didn't just have sheets; he had lots of sheets.
Right.
Like when you see the pictures of it, there are a lot of sheets in there. He hung himself from the bunk.
Am I crazy to think that you probably get like one sheet?
Well, you would think in prison they don't give you,
I don't know.
Yeah. No idea.
I mean,
I'm not hip to
throwing
prison.
that out there.
I don't know either, but man, it's pretty sad that they do that. I can't believe the way that and like I said, man, the fact that people buy it so easily. I mean, they buy it so easy. Like, it doesn't take much. They don't even have to convince them. They say it, and then it's all over the liberal media news. It's all over social media. It's really, really funny, man, how that this focus has been on him. And, like how many things could they accomplish if they would just stop concentrating only on hating Trump? You know what I mean? What if the Democrats actually focused on coming up with good policy? What if they actually focused on making, making America great again? What if they actually focused on people, like they're bringing up the healthcare thing? Well, the whole healthcare crisis is because of them. It's Obamacare. Obamacare has been horrible from the very beginning. And then they come out with these subsidies and these discounts or whatever it was for COVID. And it was written as, okay, these will expire in 2 years. And then they expire and they shut the government down, blame the GOP, and now they're literally calling it the Republican healthcare crisis. It's like, what do you have to do to somehow get these people to open their eyes and realize they're snowed, man. They're you don't have to like. Here's the thing, man. There are plenty of people that I don't like their personality. There are plenty of people who don't like my personality, and that's okay. But man, to hate somebody to such a degree that your brain stops working, that's pretty sad, man.
Yeah, we shouldn't be hating nobody.
No, we shouldn't hate anybody. And that's literally what they do. They literally spend their entire careers hating Trump. Like, you know who I can't stand the most? I think his name's Stilwell. Have you seen him?
Yeah,
he is a
big dude.
Dude, he's a total goon. He's a young guy. And no, this is a young guy. And he was the one that
the Chinese spy guy?
Yes. Yes. That's exactly him, dude. He is such a goon. And he gets out there and he's the one that videotaped himself bench pressing like hardly no way, like in the hardly no weight. Because they think they got to try to get young men somehow. So they say what they're doing is they're trying to find their own liberal version of Joe Rogan, which is funny because they had one. His name was Joe Rogan.
Right.
And their stupid woke policies chased him out, and that's why he endorsed Trump at the end. So, man, it was pretty crazy. What's going on over there, Jimmy?
I'm dealing with some daytime things.
Goodness.
I'm sorry, man.
I've been talking for so long about a breath.
You were on a roll also. I'm sorry.
I just put the camera on you because gig's up.
Just let everybody see. Yeah,
it is what it is.
The jig is up.
Yeah, man.
But man, it's just crazy that they're doing that, man. The whole.
I think it's because the media has been so biased for so long that they are brainwashed and they haven't figured out that they can actually get difference of opinions other than cable TV.
I agree with that, but let me tell you what really confuses me a little bit about that, what trips me up about it, is that Fox News blows all of them away in viewership. So why is it as close as it is, right? Dude, CNN, their viewership's in the toilet. MSNBC, or as the Republicans say, MSDNC, they're awful. Nobody listens to them. I mean, their viewership's in the toilet. Shows like The View, like people just think that. I think most of the people that watch that show, they just want to make fun of the idiots that host it. You know what I'm saying?
You don't like The View?
I do actually, because I like. I literally like watching them. I love when people blow them up, man. They're so ignorant. They say such amazingly dumb things, dude. There are tons of episodes where they'll say something and the producer will come out and say, "Hey, you got to take that back." They'll send them notes and they'll be mad. They'll be like, "The producers say I have to say this. This has never been proven, and there's no proof of these allegations." They hate it, dude. Especially that one. What's the worst one's name? Sonny, man, dude.
So I know who Joey Behar is. I know who Whoopi Goldberg is. Who's the Sonny?
Sonny is kind of pretty mixed girl.
She's a lawyer.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Her husband's a lawyer too, and he got all busted for doing the an insurance Ponzi scheme or something like that, or an insurance scheme or something, man. They're it all gets crazy.
That's okay.
Yeah, it is. That's what they say. It's all right if it's us. And I guess maybe that's the thing that drives me the most crazy is the double standard. The double standard where they think everything's okay for them, but everything that the GOP, everything that conservatives do is hateful. We're hateful because we go to church. We're hateful because we want to raise our children in traditional families. We're hateful because we don't think trans people should be able to get the same benefits and the same things that we get, and that they shouldn't be able to go into to little, like I'm telling you, man, I got a little granddaughter. Let me see a trans person, follow her in the bathroom. I guarantee you they better enjoy that pee-pee, because it's going to be the last pee-pee they take. You know what I'm saying?
So it just seems like that's just the going thing. If you don't agree with somebody, they're hateful or they're racist or they're Nazis. It seems like those are the terms that get thrown around so loosely today.
That's all they ever say.
Can't even have a conversation.
Well, that's what I was saying, civil discourse.
Yep. I try to tell everybody when I'm talking to them, we can agree to disagree and still love each other. We don't have to hate each other.
And I always have, and I still will. That's my thing is, man, like I don't hate. I just told you there are people I love that I hate that have fallen for this stuff. Man, people I respected, I still respect.
Yeah.
But I don't respect their views. I don't respect that they've fallen for this stuff, and I don't respect the things they say, because they say even the people I love and respect have resorted to saying awful things about anybody that has a different opinion than they do.
Justifying murder.
Yeah, exactly. The whole Charlie Kirk thing. You would think that would have cooled it down, and it didn't at all.
Doubled down.
They doubled down on it.
So do you think? So you think it's an ideology, not necessarily one individual, two individuals? Do you think it's just a whole ideology?
I think Trump pins it the best when he calls it the woke mind virus. I literally think I think TDS has become a literal condition people have now that they need to come up with some medicine to fix.
What kind of medicine?
I don't know. They got medicine for everything else.
Yeah.
They put you on a pill for this. They'll put you on a pill for that. They'll put you on whatever, man. Do something to fix these people's brain. They're broken.
So that's what I'm asking. I guess in another 3 years when he's gone, do you think this will continue? Do you think the temperature of the room will change? Or is this moving forward, this is what life is, two different sets of people disagreeing like
I think
this?
if Vance or Marco Rubio get elected, I think it'll continue the way it's going. Because
they're just going to move it from Trump to MAGA.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Because this is what they do now is they're like, oh, MAGA, you're a MAGA. Are you a MAGA? Yeah, I do want to make America great again. Yeah. That would be fantastic for me. I would love for my children to be able to afford a home. I would love for my kids to have affordable health care. I would love for them to have a good future in this country without the fear that we're going to become what we always said was the worst thing possible, which was a communist nation. Dude, we went over and rescued other countries from communism, and now we're electing them? What?
I don't want government in my life, period.
Yeah. And
that's what you're supposed to be working towards.
Smaller government. And that's what the GOP stands for. There should not be so much government. You got to deregulate, man. The government should not have their hands in everything.
Well, I guess what happens when you depend on that government for so much? That gives them more power.
Look at the welfare state.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, and that's a lot of it right there. All these people know they're not going to get this free ride that they've been on for so long. Dude, it is disgusting. Have you seen some of the TikToks and some of the people it's disgusting what they're doing with those SNAP benefits and with the benefits that they get. Now, if there are people out there and they really need assistance, that's what it's for. For single moms who are in a bad situation, for moms who are single because their husband passed away or because their husband left or whatever, but not because they decide to have 20 kids so that they can keep getting checks, man. That's dirty.
Not only that, but what did I see? They had discovered 186,000 people that were dead still receiving their benefits.
Somebody was receiving SNAP benefits in 5 states.
Yeah.
5 states.
Wow.
Eating lobster.
Somebody had $100,000 balance on their SNAP card.
Oh my.
100,000. I think it was 100,000.
I'd be eating lobster and steak every night too.
Dude.
Oh man.
I mean, yeah.
I can't afford to do it now.
I can't take my kids to McDonald's. You know.
Who can?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then the fact that they, and that they stand for it. And then also, man, and here's another thing that gets me, especially even when it comes down to the church, right, is they talk about the hatred of wanting illegal immigration controlled. what in the world, man? We love all people, but that doesn't mean that we don't have borders. It's gone back forever. We're not saying yes, this is America's the melting pot, and we want some immigration, right? But we can't bring on 10 million. What was it? 20 million illegal in Biden's term. 20 million illegal aliens come across.
Man,
20 million.
I know this. I was in Romania. No, I'm sorry. Well, I was in Romania, but I was in Hungary, and we were. This was a few years ago. I was crossing the border into Romania from Hungary in a big bus or a van, large van, and they pulled us over at the checkpoint, and these guys came in demanding to see everybody's passport, and I'm like, wow, I was sweating bullets. I had a valid passport.
Dude,
so I was nervous. I was like, man, I'm not doing anything wrong here, but this is pretty crazy.
I've taken a few vacations out of the country.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, or ironically enough, most of the time it's to Mexico.
Yeah.
And bro, I've got to pre-fill out paperwork before I go. I've got to have my passport, of course. I've got to tell them why I'm there, where I'm staying, when I'm leaving, and then when I leave, I got to fill out something else. I even got to fill out medical information before I get there. And that's all fine and dandy. Oh yeah, that's okay. But yet they can jump on a raft and float across the river and say, I'm an American. It's great. We want you here. Go do it right. You know what I mean? Go do it right. And when it comes to this mass deportation, like the whole thing about due process is so ridiculous because it would be impossible to give 20 million people an individual court. They would never be out of it would be 30 years before we ever got them, before we were ever able to rectify it. Due process, they do get due process. You're here. We've proven you're here illegally. That's your due process. You've got to go home, and the funny, and man, he even said, listen, if you self-deport, we'll pay for your ticket. We'll take care of you. We'll send you back home, and then you can come back over the right way. And they're still calling it cruelty. When did following the law become cruelty? Because it's a law. Aren't we supposed to follow the laws of the country and of our land? And aren't we supposed to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other thing is, well, if you're a Christian, how can you support Trump? He's this, he's that. They have no proof of the things they're calling him. And let me tell you something, man. I am a Christian, and here's what I know. Moses was a murderer. Noah was a drunk. I know David had a man killed over a woman. God uses people that has messed up past. Maybe Trump's past is messed up. Is the guy perfect? No. But maybe he's not who he was, right? And that's what and I think that's what he's, to me, he's proved that. To me, he shows through his actions and his policies and the things that he's trying to do. Now let me tell you something. There are times I wish he would just button his lip. If there's one thing, I'm going to tell you, the number one reason people hate him is his mouth.
Yeah.
I honestly believe that. But he's so good at it. He's such a good troll, dude. He trolls people so well. He has the ability. He knows when he says that stuff. He knows he's going to incite fury, but he seems to thrive off that.
He likes pushing buttons.
Yeah, right. Man. And man, and there's, like I said, I don't like that all the time. It's not that I don't like, don't get me wrong, I laugh at it. But I know that causes more divisiveness, and I do think he should be trying to unify more than divide. That's the one fault that I'll find with him is he seems totally fine with being divided. And the country's never going to be great again if it's two halves. It's going to be like that. We might as well make two countries. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because we're so far apart on everything.
Very far.
Yeah.
It's a very wide
divide. It's not like we're close. It's not like, well, we're right here. We're almost there. Yeah. We're almost. It's not like that. It's one end of the spectrum to the other, man.
And it's not like everybody on our side is good. We're not saying that.
No, absolutely not.
I mean, like Cocaine Mitch. I can't stand that guy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. There's tons. I mean, listen. Let's get real. All politicians are politicians.
Yep.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
And I'll walk back a little bit. being so aggressive because they can say the same thing about us buying, being, they say Trump derangement. They say we have TDS, but that it makes us love him, right?
Right.
Regardless of what it is, man, the country's got to come together. If the country doesn't come together, we're doomed. That period. It's just gonna keep getting worse, and we're gonna be in situations where
the difference is we actually still love human beings.
Yeah, man. I seen a little video today of this kid. He was funny, man. He and it was pretty good what he did. It was during the campaigns. He had a Kamala Walt shirt on, and then he put a Trump shirt on over the top of it. And he went to 2 rallies. He went to he went to the Kamala rally, and he put on the Trump shirt. And dude, people were attacking him, hating him. I think he got hit, spit on, water thrown on him.
Did you say a little kid?
No, I said a kid.
Oh, okay.
Probably 25 or something.
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
And then he went to the Trump rally, and everybody was like, "Hey," and talking to him. He was like, "Wow." He's like, "It's so much more peaceful over here." He was like, "It's so much." Yeah. He was like, "Over there, I was getting attacked," because he had the Kamala shirt on over at the Trump.
Right.
thing,
yeah, I got you.
And that just kind of shows the mentality, man. It's like they act, and that's what gets me, man. That's what bothers me the most is how they try to reverse it. And the other thing is, I'm a common sense guy, man. I think everything I think the number one way to solve problems in life is common sense. And man, some of the stuff, most of it's just no common sense, man. Like the trans, like man, like little kids being able to mutilate their bodies and nothing their parents can do because they're confused at 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old. What? How is that? How could anybody, if that alone disqualifies them for me? That alone, that's it. You could, I could agree with every other policy they have. I don't, right? I don't believe in murdering babies. And abortion is murdering babies, and they're perfectly fine with that, and all kind of other stuff that they do. But just the trans. Well, let me walk that back. Both of those issues alone would be enough for me to say I can't support it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just can't do it. But that's where we're at.
Yeah. Is there anything, what's the thing? Like, I don't hear anything about being like a centrist anymore.
There's very few moderates.
Yeah.
Because there's really no, as far as everyone's concerned, there's really no middle line. You know what I'm saying? Like everything the right does is extreme according to the left, and everything the left does is extreme according to the right. So there's really no moderate middle people. There's one. And I wish he would just go ahead and flip parties. Fetterman, man. Fetterman's awesome. Have you seen Fetterman?
Yeah, I saw he fell.
Yeah, he fell and hurt himself. Yeah, he had a stroke a few
few
years ago. But he is a centrist. He is middle of the line, man. He's a Democrat. The Republicans are trying hard to get him to flip.
He's a for real Democrat.
He's a real Democrat. Yes, he is. And because of the things he didn't want to, he voted every time to open the government. He was one of the only ones.
Yeah.
They're trying to primary him out. The Democratic Party wants to get him out of there. They want him gone.
I said nope. You're done.
Yeah. And you can look, man. Here, put it this way: how bad is the Democratic Party when a Kennedy flips to be a Republican? A Kennedy.
Lifelong Democratic family, right?
Man, as far as I'm concerned, they kind of shaped, and the Democratic Party's kind of almost shaped around. But JFK had to be. And JFK was a great president, but even man, I'll never speak ill of the dead, but he had his. He was doing things he shouldn't have been doing,
Well,
every president that's ever been in office does. Let me tell you something, man. It's the most powerful position in the world, and power is dangerous for men. Unbridled power is a dangerous thing for a man to have.
Sure.
So I don't know, man. That's where we're at politically. Maybe we should stop talking politics. What do you think?
That's your call, buddy.
What else you got? No, it's not my call. We're co-hosts.
No, I'm just you're on such a roll.
I know, but we're probably gonna lose support. But guess we don't. But here's the thing, man. I don't know. I think if you don't, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. In the famous words
That's
of
a good song.
Aaron Tippin.
Old Aaron Tippin.
Man, what a good guy. What a good old boy.
Yeah, good
So
dude.
so man, let's get off of it, man. Bring something else up. It's on you.
So, what do you think about? I was gonna be smart aleck, but I'm not. No, I was gonna just bring it back around. Get you fired up again.
No, I'm not getting fired up no more.
Man, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in life. I'm in oblivion right now. What is it? Tuesday.
It is Tuesday. What have you been doing, man? What's been going on?
Just work. That's what it is. I was in Columbus, Ohio last week.
Yeah, how'd that go? Good.
It went okay. It was really cold. We left and it was spitting snow, and a normal drive takes you about 4 hours, 45 minutes. Took about 6.5 hours. 30 minutes outside of Evansville, a semi jackknifed on the highway.
Great.
And the highway became a parking lot.
Man, I hate
and
when
then
that happens,
we got a little south of Cincinnati, and there was another wreck. Got redirected through Beaver Lick, Kentucky. The back roads of Beaver Lick, Kentucky.
You're kidding me. You're
Nope.
not. You're playing.
No.
There's a town called Beaver Lick.
I wouldn't make that up. I wouldn't lie to you about that. Beaver Lick, Kentucky.
I just found out where I'm from.
So, yeah, we were on the back roads of Beaver Lick. Shout out to all you people in Beaver Lick. Could I say that one more time?
Yeah,
Beaver
one
Lick,
more
Kentucky.
time. Beaver Lick. I know there's a Beaver Dam.
Yeah, no, there's a Beaver Lick, Kentucky.
Wow, dude.
And we were there on the back roads.
So that was your way of
trying
to get home from like
trying to
around
get
the
to
traffic.
Columbus. No, trying to get to Columbus. Then we got to Columbus, and it was pretty cold. It was cold most of the time. The first couple days we got there, it warmed up a little bit. Then on the drive home, it was in the 50s and sunny. And then we got home, and I think this weekend was in the 70s. So, and here we are today, rainy.
Well, man, last week here, yeah, like you said, man, that it was cold here then too, and it was.
And it got real warm.
It was freezing rain and spitting snow.
We actually got
and
snow.
the bank sign was flashing 5 below.
Another song lyric. That's good. Man. That was old Craig Morgan.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was a good song.
Dude, he's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
he's a
like
legend.
him.
Legend.
Legend.
What do you say, Jelly? Jelly's got him and Jelly Roll did that together too.
Yeah, on the Grand.
Oh no, they recorded it.
Oh, they recorded it.
Yeah,
I
dude,
don't think I knew that.
You need to pull that into your Spotify.
Is it a live version, or they actually went in the studio?
It's studio.
Oh,
yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what he says. Well, yeah, and at the end of the first verse, he say, "What do you say, Jelly? I just climbed out."
That's such a good song, man.
Dude, it is such a good song.
I need to throw that in the set.
You do need to throw that in the set, man.
I should.
That is a really good song, man. Yeah. That's a really good one. I tell you what I've been watching. I watched this big special the other day on these two. Now listen, man, what makes people go crazy? You know what I'm saying? Here, because I watched the story of the jailer chick in Alabama that broke that monster out of jail while he was going. It's like, I guess what was happening, and we can look their names up. But anyway, she broke him out of jail in Alabama, and they drove. And they were just trying to get away from the law, and they got caught here.
Okay, I was going to ask the ones
Indiana.
that got caught here?
Yeah, the ones that got caught
That's
here.
what I was following that story.
Dude, I was too.
And then found out they got caught here.
I was actually out there when it happened.
Out by the airport.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was working out at Flanders. I don't know if
Yeah,
you guys
yeah,
ever heard
yeah,
that.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was helping them with their IT stuff, and that's where they wrecked at.
Yeah.
Was right there.
Yeah. I think it was in an Anchor. I think it was in Anchor Industries side yard or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is right there by.
Yeah, I just know you pull out of Flanders, and it's like a stop sign. That road goes up to the airport, and then on the other side of it's where they wrecked.
Yeah, that's where Anchor is. It's right across from it's just across 57 from Flanders, where Flanders is back there and all that stuff. But what was crazy to me is, man, the dude was a giant. I was listening the special the cops were talking about, dude. They said it was nerve-wracking dealing with this dude because like you just knew any minute he could just snatch you up and break you in half.
Wasn't he like 6'10"
dude,
or something?
He looks fake. he looks like something they come up with. He looks like Hagrid. Like that's how big he looks. Like Hagrid on Harry Potter. Do you see how big they made Hagrid look? That was his name, Casey White. Pull up a picture of that dude, man. That guy is so large, man. Oh yeah, there he is. Look at him standing next to that cop. Oh, look at him there.
Jeez, he is, man. That's
Dude,
a massive dude.
That looks like. Look at that guy, man. Look at that cop's eyes.
Yeah.
You know what that's saying? Holy crap.
I hope this guy don't break these chains.
Please be a good boy,
dude. And I think that cop over there with the body armor on, I think he might be small. But look at this cop over here. He looks like he's larger, and he's still dwarfed. I bet this cop over here is 6 foot something, man. He's just a monster, dude. He's just huge. And then and so for those of you that don't know what happened, was what was her name again? His name was Casey White, and her name Vicky White.
Vicky White.
And they were unrelated. The last name was just a coincidence. But she worked at the jail, highly respected. Highly respected. They said everybody there loved her, and everybody was just in complete shock when this happened. But apparently, he sweet talked her somehow, and she broke him out of jail, and then. So I think the story, so they wrecked out running from the cops on Highway 41 and Highway 57. And before the cops could get to the car, this dude says she shot herself. But I think the cops said that they think he shot her, that he killed her.
Why?
I knew you were going to say that. I don't know.
Well, just curiosity here.
Well,
what?
I mean,
was she driving or was he driving?
I think he was driving when they wrecked out.
And you think that
what was that? Is that him when he's young?
No, that's here. But is that for real? That's like
that's inches, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't, but 70 what?
I thought it goes.
You know
6
what?
foot, 7 foot, 6 foot.
Can you look up his height?
Yeah, Google Casey White's height. See if you can find that.
I thought I saw he was 6'9", 6'10".
Yeah, I don't.
Like that.
I think he was close to 7 foot. He might have been over 7 foot, man.
And what brought them to Evansville?
I don't know if they just
took off on the
41
highway
and
and said, "Let's get to where."
But they stayed at some little janky hotel out on 41.
Yeah,
and that's where they were staying, and that's where they kind of figured out where they were. Well, you know what happened is they left so the getaway car that the cops knew about, they left them on the car wash by the Marigold.
Yeah.
Or whatever it's called now.
Weinbach and Pollock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy had seen him. He was like, I don't know why this car's here, man. He's like,
what are the chances?
This matches the car you are talking about.
There we go.
Yeah, here we go. What's it say?
I think it's there. Go down to how tall is Casey White. Keep on going down.
Yeah, that
right
one.
there.
6'9".
Okay.
Dude, that's
6'9", 330 pounds.
Yeah, that dude, that's monstrous.
That's a big dude.
Monstrous. But you know what's crazy is like that's still like 5 inches shorter than Shaq.
Right.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
You know, but I think Shaq weighed close to 400 pounds, man. I think he was,
He had to.
Yeah, Shaq was, and he was one of those dudes. You know, most of the time you see tall people that are real skinny. But like hit that guy and like Shaq, like they're those oddities that are super tall and like jacked or just big that got meat on them, you know, because usually when you grow up you stretch. Like my boys are real tall, my twins, and they're super skinny, and then Sam's like 6'7" or 6'6", like real tall, but he's big boy.
Right.
So just like anything, you can be both. But just usually when you see big super tall guys, they're real thin. You know, that's why a lot of them are called. You know, most of their buddies call them stretch. Yeah, because that's what they look like. But man, that was super crazy. So my thing that I wonder the most about is what we were just talking about. I wonder if he shot her or if she shot herself. Why did she shoot herself? You would think. Well, did they have a deal? Like, if we get caught, let's kill ourselves. And she did, and he was like,
probably not.
Jail ain't so bad.
Yeah,
when you're me.
Well, that's the thing. He's used to being incarcerated. Sounds like it.
And ain't nobody messing. You know, everybody's fearing jails. People's gonna mess. Ain't nobody messing with that dude.
Well, that's why it's easier for me to believe that she probably did kill herself.
Maybe.
What did she have? That was it, man. Life.
Well, she
as
was going to
knew
go
it
from
was
she was going to go
over.
from jailer to inmate.
That's what
right?
I'm saying.
But the crazy thing though is when you hear the people that work there with her, like the shock, like they're crying talking about it because they just could not believe it.
Was she close to retiring?
I think yes. I think she did maybe.
They definitely withdrew some sort of money somewhere. They had quite a bit of money on them.
Well, yeah. Did she?
Tons.
Did she sell? I thought did she sell her house?
Maybe
Cashed out a 401k. She did something.
I think she might have retired last minute. Just retired, did that left. But that don't make sense. I don't think that's right because she couldn't have been. She was on duty and broke him out, so she couldn't have been retired.
No, that's right.
Because she's the one.
You're right. You're right.
She took
it's her
him.
last day. Last transfer, folks.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm going after today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might have
literally.
been. It might have been. It might have been. Man, I think that might be the case. I think that actually might be. But he was already in prison, and they transferred him to the jail to stay in trial for another charge, and she broke him out when in between going to. I think coming back from the court to the jail is when they took off, and they were like, "Where are they at? They should be here by now," and they were gone.
So, what do you think their plan was? Where were they going? They weren't landing here. This was just a stop.
I would say they were going to Mexico or.
Well, why would
Canada.
they were in?
They
They were in
headed-
Alabama,
and
and they
north.
came up to
Yeah,
India. Maybe Canada.
Canada. Yep.
Yeah.
How easy is it to get across to Canada? To Canada.
I think it's. I don't think it's super simple. I think Canada's border is pretty strict. I think they check you pretty good. And man, they had bolos and all points bulletins out everywhere for them. Man, they weren't going nowhere. They were not going to cross a border legally. They weren't going to get on a plane.
Or maybe they thought, let's find a mid-sized city, middle of America, and let's try to blend in. That's the problem. That dude's not blending.
He's not blending in nowhere.
Anywhere.
That dude's recognizable everywhere, man. That dude can
What
never
an
just
there's
blend
that's
in.
an instance where your height really doesn't help you.
No.
Look, a guy like me, guy like producer Rick, we're blending in.
I would blend in.
Well,
I'm 6'2", dude.
Well, to me, you're a giant.
Pretty much.
No, but I'm not. There are many people.
You are an average. You are on the higher side of average,
Yeah.
right?
Our two things is we'd have to shave.
Yeah,
That would be our thing. Our beards would bust us. All of us. Our beards would bust us. We would have to change our appearance, man.
Yeah.
And the bad thing is, what I would need to do is grow hair, and I just don't have that ability. That's what's awful.
But that's my. Is that what they were thinking? If we can get in the medium-sized city and just blend in, Evansville's big enough and small enough where we can just get in here and just kind of blend in.
They're like, it's the third biggest city in Indiana.
That's right.
It's not big.
But it's not.
Do you know there's literally videos out that try to explain why so few Americans live in the state of Indiana? We're like one of the lowest populated states because I don't know why. And yes, Indianapolis, Fort Wayne, and Evansville are relatively large cities, but not when you talk about. Well, Indy ranks up there with Atlanta and those cities, but Fort Wayne and Evansville, I mean, we're small compared to. Like, man, I got a buddy that comes in from LA and he's always like, this town's so small. And like, I'm getting to the point where it's too big. It's like the traffic now sucks. It's awful.
Yeah, well, I have a guy, like I was just in Columbus. To me, Columbus is a larger city. I mean, it has a pretty good size downtown. It's spread out. I mean, there's lots of pockets of the city. To me, that's a larger city. I've got a guy that works up there, and he's from Chicago, and he was saying, yeah, we moved over here. We like the smaller sized town of Columbus. I was like, man, to me, this is a pretty good size area, but he's from Chicago. I mean,
So
Columbus is small.
You went to Columbus, Ohio.
I went to Columbus,
not Columbus, Indiana.
No, Columbus, Ohio.
Indiana, small.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. I was in Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio is pretty big, man.
It is. It's a good sized city to us.
Have you ever been to Dayton?
I've played in Dayton. Yeah.
So I've been to Dayton a few times because Matthew played basketball
Yeah.
there. Dude, that place. I don't recommend Dayton.
Yeah.
I like Ohio. Dayton, dude. Dayton was dirty.
Yeah.
Dayton
Well, I
was-
say I've been to Dayton. I played in Kettering, which is a little suburb of Dayton.
We hung out the entire time at the Nutter Center.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's where he played. And have you heard of the Nutter Center? In
No.
Dayton? That's like their college basketball
Okay.
arena or whatever. Drop
the Nutter. The Nutter Center, huh?
The Nutter Butter.
The Nutter Butter Center.
So I just had a piece of trivia come into my head.
There you go.
Since we were talking about Canada and crossing the border. But if you see right there, that strip of land goes from coast to coast. They keep that cut all the way from one side of the U.S. to the other.
With a push mower.
With a push mower, yeah.
That's one guy's job. He does it over the year.
This is dividing our country, this little strip between us and Canada. Is that what you're saying?
It's not perfectly straight either. Like if you look over here, you can see it kind of goes up around the lakes. Like,
so that's the border?
That's the border.
How wide is that?
I don't know. It's pretty wide, though. I mean, you can see.
So what is that in between? Who owns that strip in between?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Is
probably both of us. I bet we own it
You
up
think
to this line, like America.
So if you commit a crime on that, in that little patch there,
standing dead center of it.
Standing dead center.
Where do you go to jail?
Where do you go to jail?
They quarter you with horses.
That's fair.
Yeah, that is fair.
That makes sense.
Wow. We're going.
That's easy.
William Wallace style, man. Ain't that what they did to him, the Braveheart?
Yeah, I think so.
Gosh, man, they tore that dude up. That's crazy though. I didn't know that, Rick. I didn't know that, producer Rick. I didn't know that they had that like that.
I think it gave you how many miles is that?
Well, it's going to be thousands.
Yeah, it is. But there's a number here. Where is it?
Oh no. Quirks of the U.S.-Canada border. The U.S.-Canada border, 49th parallel.
Is that dividing for about 1,260 miles?
1,260 miles.
Wow.
Hold on, you're telling me. So the United States is only 1,260 miles wide?
No, that's not. That can't be right.
That can't be right. Can't be.
I know flying out to.
And look, that's all the way across the country, and not only all the way across, but that's going to add mileage, the jogs and jigs right there.
Yeah, they're not even showing it all here. Even these out here, those are actually cut in half too. It goes across the bay and then cuts. I just watched some documentary on this the other day.
Dude, that sounds amazing to me. I watch that kind of stuff all the time. I love that stuff. Yeah. I watch a lot of stuff about Alaska, which is right up there with. I mean, dude, Canada and Alaska are crazy places, man. So when you get into like what's it called, the Yukon?
Yeah, yeah. Then what do they do in the water there? How do they
freeze?
Yeah, I mean, there's some spots like this one right here.
Yeah.
You can't hardly tell, but there is a lake there, and what they did is. It was like in the 1800s. Like none of this was states out here when they did all this.
Right.
And as they were making territories, they just put it up around the lake and then came over.
So who owns the lake?
We do.
Of course.
Yep.
America.
America
owns the lake. That's awesome.
But you can see the Great Lakes are split. Producer
Rick, that's good knowledge, man. I've never known that. I've never known that there was that strip of that easement. That's an easement.
Yeah, it reminds us, like here locally, how when they go up the hills with the telephone wires.
Yes, yeah. In the fields out there, and man, that's where you remember we had an uncle and his land had that on it.
Yep.
And he owned both sides of it, but he did not own that.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Public utility
That's
easement.
Public utility easement. Yep. And look at that, dude. I wonder how far, like, I wonder how many crews it takes to keep that cut, like, and what they do.
It's gotta be crazy.
Like how they do it. Like, okay, we'll do 20 miles, and then this next principality will do 20 miles. And who does it? Americans or Canadians, or is it split up?
I would think it'd have to be split because you can't cross over.
Well, we can give them permission to cross over.
Yeah,
they got to show their passport when they cut that middle line.
I think they're sword fighting with weed eaters.
That's crazy though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never knew that. I mean, when you think about borders, they're usually invisible lines. That is a visible border.
Yeah.
Yep, visible from space too.
Oh, really?
Yep.
They can see that cut from space.
Mm-hmm.
Dude. Oh, that's another thing still going on. The good old 3-eye Atlas.
3-eye Atlas.
You guys
haven't kept me informed on that in a while.
Okay, it started changing colors, sped up, grew more of an anti-tail. Then now they're saying it broke up, and and that it could be that it fired off a bunch of either probes or ships to come in. And then supposedly, I forget where it is. Did you hear something landed in like the forest in like South Carolina or North Carolina or something like that?
No,
they don't know what it is. Like a fireball landed in the woods.
I say that's Leonist. We were just in the Leonist meteor shower.
Yeah,
okay.
there were like 15 shooting stars an hour over the
Yeah.
That
for
would
a
be
couple
the
hours
that would
last
be,
night or
that would be
night before.
the perfect mirage for aliens.
That's true.
Hey, we'll just ride in with this.
It has not split apart though.
Oh, they're saying it hadn't now?
No, it's not. But it has 7 jets coming off of it that are like 1,000 kilometers long. So, and they're still trying to say it's a comet. Tomorrow at noonish, NASA's going to release their stuff finally.
7 jets. So
7
7
jets.
tails.
Yeah.
Release. What are they releasing?
The footage from when it passed by Mars. You know, they were shut down, so
Yeah.
they couldn't release it, even though they were releasing all kinds of footage from everything else.
Yeah. Why couldn't they release it before the shutdown?
Right.
Yeah, the stuff that they had before, in the meantime.
Maybe
because
this
they were already.
maybe the shutdown was all based around that. They didn't want to release
never know.
that.
Because
That's the other thing about stuff like with our government, like that. How much of it is farces?
Sleight of hand, man.
Yeah.
Look over here while this is going on.
Hey,
or
everybody,
like, how stupid is this shutdown? Like, it was stupid.
and nothing accomplished.
Nothing accomplished. Yet all this amazing stuff was happening in space right above us.
Well, did you guys hear? I saw this somewhere where the government's actually saying, like, some of the reports of the UAPs, they are coming out and saying this is not human.
I did see that too.
Did you see that?
Well, we know it's not human.
Well,
not natural.
yeah. Well, no, they're saying this was not made by human hands. Like, they're basically all in all, the government is all in all saying.
Oh, you mean the stuff in Area 51?
Yeah, UAPs, not the 3-Eye Atlas. We're talking about anything they've seen. Like, you know how the Air Force have those? They have the videos of, like, the little Tic Tacs.
Yes.
They are coming out and saying this was not created by humans. Documented. We have the information.
Man, that's some pretty scary stuff, man.
Which is because the government, to my knowledge, has never said that.
They've never acknowledged anything.
No.
In fact, they would unalive people for trying to. Bob Lazar's been scared for years.
That's amazing that he's still around and he's still out.
It. You know what? I think
telling his story.
He's probably still alive because of the everybody's expecting it, and they're like, we can't really off this
touch
guy
this
because
guy.
it's going to be obvious. But I don't think that's ever stopped them before. Look at that, man. Didn't it turn blue for a while or something like that?
It depends on how you're looking at it in the light, but yeah, it was burning bluer than our sun.
Dude, whatever it is, man, it's crazy.
You ever look at like the like whenever the sun has its plasma bursts, and they usually show it in blue?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was brighter blue than the sun.
So probably, does that mean it's hotter?
Hot, yeah.
Goodness, man.
So did you guys see any of the Northern Lights?
You know what? Here's the funny thing is, that wasn't actually the Northern Lights.
What was it?
That's what they're calling it. It was the same type of phenomenon, but it wasn't like the actual Northern Lights. It was just an aurora or whatever they call it.
So I mean, that's based on a geomagnetic storm,
yeah, because
right?
yes, and apparently because of when it is, it was impossible for it to actually be the same ones that they see.
It wasn't the Aurora Borealis.
Yes,
Aurora Borealis.
Is that what the Northern Lights is?
Aurora Borealis.
So it actually is. It actually is the Northern Lights. So whenever that plasma beam hit us, it squishes the magnetic sphere around Earth, and that's what the aurora. I can't say
Aurora Borealis.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah,
that's what it is. So it squishes the magnetic field down, and that's what disperses that across the Earth. Like they saw it as far as Mexico.
What's crazy is, man, I read this big article about how it really wasn't.
The article said it wasn't.
It was not. They said it wasn't.
So, but did you guys see them? Did you guys?
I never did get to see them.
Yeah, and I don't have my phone, or I'd send the picture to the thing.
Because I was out of town at the time, and I knew nothing about it. And I was in Columbus, and I don't think I would have been able to see him. I mean, we were downtown, so it's pretty lit up down there. But then I got home, and I was excited when I got home. I was like, oh, okay. They're saying, oh, it's going to be fantastic tonight. I walked out my door probably 27 times and looked up, and I saw nothing.
Yeah, man, that's how it was for me. I kept hearing about it, and I never did see it. But not in my defense, but just the truth of the matter is, I'm usually asleep by.
I was going to say you're not making it for this time frame.
Yeah, for sure. Northern light sightings in India are rare but possible, particularly during strong geomagnetic storms. Geomagnetic storm sightings.
What was that? Still October? Was it October still?
No,
it was just a week ago.
It was November. Probably November, I'm going to say 12th, maybe.
Yes,
13th.
the Northern
Okay,
Lights
there
were
you go.
built. So whatever I read, but apparently was a dummy. That's why you watch this show. I say
It's
half
all
facts,
these
and then we find out the real truth. But I really did read that, man, because I was surprised because I thought it was.
Well, I know I didn't see anything, and I was disappointed.
You know what? Hey, let me look it up real quick. Jimmy,
You're going to look up your what?
carry us for a minute.
So you're going to look up what
I'm gonna look up what I
the
read.
article that you read.
Yeah, because I know where it is.
There again, this happened. I think last year. Also, I saw them last year.
It's happened before.
I didn't see it quite as clear as some of the pictures I saw on Facebook, but I did walk out my door and thought it was pretty neat.
Here's what it says.
Okay.
These aren't the northern lights, and here's why. Real auroras require true geomagnetic activity, and that may or may not have been present, but more on that later today. The true northern lights, aurora borealis, occur when solar winds collide with Earth's magnetic field, exciting atmospheric gases at high altitudes, 60 to 250 miles up. For them to appear this far south, there must be a strong geomagnetic storm rated KP 7 through 9, which is naturally unlikely in these parts. Number 2, the glow pattern and behavior don't match an aurora. Auroras appear as curtains or ribbons that move fluidly across the sky. Chemtrail residue, on the other hand, drifts and spreads horizontally, forming diffuse static bands that can reflect or refract light. If the glow was stationary or slowly dispersing rather than dancing or rippling, that's a sign of particulate reflection, not electromagnetic excitation.
Yeah, it sounds like they did that before they actually confirmed it.
Okay.
Because it was the high. It was G5. It was as high as you could get.
Okay.
And up here, if you see these, just exactly what you're saying, KP7.
Yep.
That's, you see how this. So basically, you think about this. That's the magnetic sphere being squished down to the Earth.
Hey, I'm just glad that I was able to pull up. That was good, and not look crazy.
You read the article.
Yeah, man. And so it was then. It was. I mean, they're saying it was. So that was just before they had confirmed that the KPs got that KP-ish.
Yeah.
So that article just sounds like the author was a hater.
No, it sounded like when he first started it said it hasn't been confirmed yet. I think that's how it started out.
Yeah.
So then they would just jump the gun. Is what
They
they
did jump the gun.
Yeah.
We got hit with 3 of them that night. It was like one came out and it was going slow, then another one, then that last one was a G5 and it was like X-rays, which is the highest you can get.
Do those affect anything? Those geomagnetic storms, like electronics or anything like that?
That guy, that Stefan Burns or whatever. I mean, he's kind of hippy dippy to me. He's like, it's going to mess with our consciousness, and we're not going to be at one. I don't buy into that, but he is a physicist, so.
Yeah, well, then you know how my favorite physicist is good old Sheldon Cooper, but
the best ever,
the best physicist ever.
They messed
genius.
With
Nobel Prize winner.
Yeah, they messed with Cloudflare today.
Oh, I know.
Did you have any problems with Cloudflare today?
Yes, lots of applications down today.
Yeah.
Was that yesterday too? Remember I told you about my wife's job? Wonder if that had anything to do with that.
I don't know when it happened. I know when we woke up this morning, it was down.
It was
I had issues today.
It was all yesterday, but they were all fine. They were up today, so maybe it wasn't then. It's coincidence. I don't know, man. Well, once again,
this is the real danger right here.
What?
There was many countries that went black during this, lost their grids, for a little bit of time.
Oh, the magnet. So it does affect things.
Oh yeah. Like your if we get the right one at the right time, our power grid could be gone. Like reset civilization type.
Wow, man.
Well, that's comforting.
That is comforting. And we're gonna leave you with that.
I can skin a buck. I can
Yeah,
run a trout line.
Good night.
I'll be all right.
Oh goodness. Well. Once again, we've come to the end of the road, Mr. Jimmy and Mr. Producer Rick. The conversations are always fantastic. And the great thing about them is they're conversations that you had no idea you needed. But once you hear them, you find out you absolutely did. So don't forget, if you would, do us a favor. Click subscribe. click like on the video, comment on the video, and click the notification bell so you don't miss our videos when we put them out. Right now, there's episodes every Thursday. They premiere at 6 p.m. And man, we would love for you to join this crazy little ride we're on. We don't know what's going to happen, but we know it's going to happen. And so do that for us. We appreciate it. Just follow the advice right here. And as always, nobody says bye like my brother Jimmy. Jimmy, say bye.
Well, bye.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sleep tonight.
Why?
Look at all the things we talked about. We made people mad.